Hi guys, in this video what we're going to do is we're going to drive or ride the bike. If you can tell, I've got a backpack on, a small day pack. And say for instance, for whatever reason you were out in a place not like a state park, right? And you were out riding your bike or something and maybe bad weather came in, maybe you fell off and got hurt. And what did you have in your bag? What did I pack that could kind of get me through the night if I had to? We'll bring you back when we get somewhere and we get set up and show you what we got. Alright guys, we came to a little pull-off. It's like a little rest area. There used to be an old trail and they closed it down, but it's solid woods. And just think if we were deeper in here where there wasn't this little bench, and you can see nobody's used this bench. I wiped off some of the pine needles for this video, but we're going to jump into the bag and kind of show you what we have in here. Alright guys, let's get started with the outside of the bag. So right here, we have nothing but a Bic lighter. It's tied off to the bag or carabinered off to the bag. And we've got some lip balm or some petroleum balm. Got a little fire starter in the end of there, just a little tinder, just a cotton ball. And Vaseline, basically, lip therapy. And a lighter with a Ranger band around there to keep from depressing the button to let the fluid out. So that lives on the outside. We flip over to this side here. We just got the GTKII knife, which is a good fixed blade. We'll kind of pull that out of the sheath, give you all a look at that. So just a good fixed blade. This is the K110, which is like a branded D2. A little bit of cordage on there and some glow-in-the-dark beads. So that would be our knife that we had with us. On this side, this is nothing more. Remember guys, I'm out camping. This is nothing more than a nail kit. But you got your fingernail clippers, some tweezers, which tweezers come in handy for ticks, anything like that, splinters, some small scissors, and you can do a lot with a nail file, especially if you get a dull knife. It's not going to do everything, but it will touch up a blade if you had to. But that's on the outside. On this side, flip over here. On this side, you open this up. We have some micro cordage, 100-pound test, and that's 125 feet of black micro cord. You never know when you're going to need any cordage, especially whether you're driving a bike or riding a bike. And down in this pocket, there's nothing but a full roll of 1-inch Gorilla Tape. In case you need to make any repairs while you're out here, anything like that, you have some tape. And on this side of the bag, we just have the Gerber retractable, oh, I almost knocked my camera down, retractable wood saw. I brought it on this trip, guys, to try it out. I've cut some fat wood with it in the house, but we brought it on this trip to try it out. I just like how small it is, folds down, and just a little fire cordage on the end of that. That lives behind this, which this is a Temu bag. This bag was actually from a retail store, Ross Dress for Less. I got this bag. I think it was on sale for like 14 bucks. Got my little ghost skull patch on there. Then we have this small little clip light, which I did a video on this. This is the CP01 clip light with diffuser. But it has beacon modes and all that. So this is made by Astrolux, which is a good little clip light. And This clip is a really good clip. It's rubberized inside there, so it will stick on your bag and you don't have to worry about losing it. It's been riding on here on this whole trip, and it's on there. A lot of you guys like your Woobin G5s, but a Woobin G5 will not hang on a bag like that. If you turn your bag upside down, it's going to come off. Great light. The Woobin G5 is a great light. Horrible clip, though. All right, let's jump into the top pocket. There's not a lot in this top pocket, guys. All I have is the new Workos. This is a TS20S. Just a good, solid flashlight. Super bright. Super easy to use. A little kind of like a rubberized grip on here. Just a full-size flashlight, right? If I'm going to be out here, yeah, that would help. But, man, if I really want to see stuff or signal, you need a full-size flashlight, in my opinion. That's the only thing that lives in that pocket. Now, down here, we have a couple different things. First thing we're going to grab out is, and if you go back and watch any of my videos, you'll see this kit. It's the same kit. I've got several of these. Just got some fire cordage on there. Got this little Exotac like. This is a Temu one, but it works great. I've used that a couple times. Just your little furrow rod and striker. And if you don't know about these, the striker is here. It's just like a little I-beam striker. These things work great. I would show you, but we're in a burn ban, and I would really hate to strike an arc out here and then something catch on fire. Got another lighter, which is just a Bic lighter. Same thing. Wrapped in some Ranger band to keep the button from depressing. Got a 6-hour candle. A little fire thing. Got another lighter. And we've got some fat wood shavings, some homemade fire tabs, some cotton balls and Vaseline, teacup candle, couple Go Fires, and on the very bottom there's some fat wood down there. And they're in the very bottom, Ranger band together. There's 4 sticks of fat wood. So in this kit, it gives me every ability that I need for, you know, this kit would sustain me for a week. But got a fire kit on me, but I have redundancy. You'll see there's a lot of fire related stuff in here. Just got a little shovel. Always got to have one of these, right? So Swiss Army knife, Ranger, can opener, bottle opener, you've got your tweezers, toothpick. This one had the corkscrew. I didn't realize it when I bought it, so I put some tinder on there. Just put it on there so I'd have it. And then on this side you have, it's always hard for me to get these out. You got your awl. And I missed it all together. You've got your saw in here. So a good little all-around tool to have. We've got that in the front pocket, which while I'm here, there's nothing in there but the flashlight. We'll put that up top. Just a little Swiss Tech knife sharpener with a bottle opener, little dibing carbide file, and your coarse and your fine. This was given to me by a friend of the channel, Ryan. Rye guy, appreciate it. Brought it on this camping trip in case I got a dull knife. Just a quick way to sharpen, right? Not your best sharpener in the world, guys, but it will work if you're in a bind. And just added some glow-in-the-dark beads, because if I lose my sharpener, I want to be able to find it. some other people riding on the trails, which is fine. All right, I've got this, which is butane. You can't see that flame, but butane lighter. It's completely full of butane. This is good for starting a fire, guys, because you could get deep in there without having to hold the lighter. And we've got my furrow rod, which is a really good one. Now, there's a layer of orange tape, so there's about 1.5 feet of orange tape for signaling and about 3 feet of Gorilla Tape on there. And the fire striker, and then the ferrocerium rod. And some extra cordage. And this is the 1/2 inch ferro rod. I just keep it in this little bag. Actually, it came with the little bag, and I've just always kept it in there. And this is the Yun Fire. And just up front, I've got 5 of these little fire tabs just in this little kit. It was just something I was messing with, see if they would fit. They fit. Had some room in this this bag. I just threw it in there. So that's all that's in that pocket, guys. And, you know, the plan isn't to be out here for a long period of time. The plan is, what do you carry with you? This pack's not super heavy. It's super small. This is probably one of the smallest packs one of the small packs that I own. But coming out and doing something like this, guys, you never know what you're going to face. So bring some stuff with you. On the other side of the strap, if you come over to this side, and you'll see I got a cordage and tape. Just got a roll of electrical tape. Guys, I brought this as just my bag that I was going to bring to the campsite. But this is what I would have grabbed out of my car, and what I did grab out of my truck to come do this bike trail. Now let's get into the main bag here. Let's go to this front pocket first. We got about 15 foot of bank line. Whole container of zip ties. Probably didn't need this many, but I just grabbed the pack out of my workbench, and especially when you're setting up a tent. Then a whole spool of bank line. So I've got plenty of cordage in here. And then I brought the Byberry multi-tool, which this is a great tool, guys. I really like this tool. You know, you've got your diamond carbide file on there, standard cross hatch file on this side. You've got your large bladed knife on this side. You got these excellent scissors. These things will cut easy right through paracord. Sorry, fire ants found me, got me on my leg. Then you got a serrated blade. You got your needle nose pliers with carbide tips. You got your all flathead, bigger flathead, bottle opener, wire stripper. And on this side, you've got your Phillips. Good little tool, good all-around tool. We'll get into the rest of this over here. But on this part right here, I'm sure most of y'all are like, there's no saw in there. There is a saw. You could take, this is a T-shank. You could take that out, and on this side, you have 2 wood cutting blades. So I do have a saw, the tool to take it apart, and if I needed to do anything on my bike, I've got some standard size bits there. So this is a good all-around kit to have on you for bike riding or hunting, fishing, or definitely in any kind of survival situation. So we've got that lives in this pocket. Not a lot in there. You'll see I don't have a full loadout in this, guys. I don't have this thing completely packed. That's why everything that I brought has to have a reason. All right, so we brought the Swiss Tech saw out here. We were going to just give this a shot, but when we did this camp, all right. So just the little wood saw, 16-inch, which will do anything, man. You can get up to 3-4 inch diameter logs if you needed to. You know, I would see you maybe utilizing this thing for firewood, but I wouldn't really use it for like making a shelter or something. I mean, I'd be hacking down some smaller 1-inch stuff. But just brought that with me to try it out. But in a survival situation, not bad to have. We've got our little HX Outdoor hatchet. Solid hatchet, guys. Super, super sharp. Nice, small, compact. Hammerhead on the end. Good Kydex sheath with a tech lock. Leather straps. I did a review on this guy, so if you want to know more about it, go back, check out my review. But solid little axe. Just got a small little power bank in there and some cordage, so if my cell phone dies, you have no signal out here. But I do have, I can get satellite out here. So if I needed Starlink, I could get satellite to send out distress messages if I needed to. So if my phone died, this is a good way to charge it back up. Just got a little Spec Ops pry bar hammer. I brought this to use it to pull tent stakes out, and it was just in my bag. Typically, that probably wouldn't have been in here, but it is right now, so we're leaving it in here. And I've got my full little IFAC first aid kit. I'm not going to pull everything out of here. Just got some bug spray. I made these. Just a little cheap spray bottle. Then I left it open on this side so I could see how much the level of my bug spray. So got some bug spray in there. Got a rat tourniquet. I keep knocking my camera over. I've got some gloves in here. And if I had to build shelter, guys, that's all I'm going to have. But I have everything to do it. This will keep the rain off me. Reflect some of my heat if I'm able to make a fire. That would be my only thing. What I'm going to do is get a small tarp to put in here. I'm looking at about a 6x8 lightweight tarp. I have one at the house. I didn't put it in this kit because I wasn't going to need it on this camping trip. But the rule is, if I was going to come out today and I grabbed this bag out of my truck, I had to have something. So that always lives in this kit. It's a bunch of other first aid stuff. There's bleed stop, tape, gauze bandages, hemostatic gauze. There's also a tick key in there, some wet ones. So this is a full first aid kit for almost anything that I need. Up here, you just have this little light. You can just clip it to the back of your bike, clip it on the front of your backpack, and it's just a super cheap $1 something, but it's got a long battery and it's got a pretty bright beacon. I brought this for my kids, but I threw one in my bag. And then just this little tool, man. This is probably Roxxon's, in my opinion, worst tool they've ever made, because I'll show you, right? As a hammer and as a little pry, that's not bad. Unlock it here. Those little cutters, diamond carbide cutters, which is great. The pliers, all that makes sense. And I'll show you the part that, in my opinion, doesn't make sense, is when you get to the tools. So you've got a screwdriver, you've got a saw, you've got a multi-can opener, bottle opener, and then you have the knife. This is the part to me that doesn't make sense. And these are all lockable. They lock here. Where's your claw at? How do you use that knife? Right? I mean, you could use it like this, choke up on it, and I guess you're clear. But you got to choke way up on it. We'll shut the knife down. We'll show you the saw. Right? Saw's locked. You've got to choke way up on it here to make sure you don't cut yourself. If you grab it back here to get some leverage, you have a risk of cutting yourself with this. So, good tool, but that part kills me. I wish I don't know. I think they could have totally changed the way they did this. I think they could have engineered it. I think they needed guys out in the field to test it first before they put it on paper and put it into production. I forgot my mosquito spray. That's important in Texas, not to forget that. That's why I made it orange. And the only reason I said that is because I saw it sitting on the table, and then, of course, don't want to leave my tourniquet here either. And if you've never used one of these small little rat tourniquets, it's a good, I much rather have a cat tourniquet, but these are good. They're lightweight. They're super small. At the end of the day, it's going to accomplish the same thing. And that's it, guys. Oh, just real quick, I know you didn't see any water. And on my bike, right there, I got a full bottle of water, and inside that pouch is another full bottle of water. So I have 24, I think it's 24. Let's look. I don't lie to nobody. I forget what size these are. Okay, I've got almost 34 liters of water. So that's plenty enough for 24 hours. All right, guys. Whew. Sweaty out here in these woods, I can tell you that. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take it in. Appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. We'll be back. I'm going to hit this trail. Anyways, guys, if you like this type of video, do me a favor. Like, share, subscribe, click all them notifications. People know about the channel. We're doing this just to give people ideas. I'm not doing it. It's not a get-rich scheme. I like gear. I try to tell everybody I know about gear, but not everybody that I talk to is interested. Like when I get something new, I'm showing my wife. I'm like, check this out. Well, she's not a gearhead. She really doesn't really know what it is sometimes, doesn't interest her. So I thought, man, let me reach out to people that might be interested in the gear and do some reviews, do some videos. That's what I did. That's how I'm here. Anyways, guys, love y'all. See you on the next one.